we think we know, we do not know a lot of things. Okay, so that is why Utah, thanks to DSSC and the team, Kenneth and all his friends, I mean the colleagues of Utah who actually put together this program to invite you. 199 people. Wow, wonderful. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so therefore, guys, as we are on an online platform, there are a few things which I like to mention. Please keep an open mind throughout the session, because I tell you frankly, the generation, our generation, your generation, all of us are like to, like, well, okay, we even just said, have to focus on many things, like listen to other talking to you while you have also focus on the class. Yeah, sometimes it's not easy. The platform of online is very tough, because basically the energy draining while you, I don't know, maybe before this, maybe morning you had an online class, so all these back-to-back online class all is never easy. So that's why despite that, we only have 2 hours, so please keep an open mind. Prepare yourself. I hope you have your water, your pen, pencil, and whatever things you please prepare yourself. It's also good if you have a separate device, because you want to snap a photo of the things. But if you really require the material which I'm sharing, you need to ask Kenneth. Kenneth lah. So Kenneth can take it from me and then share with you guys. And so respond. Now there are 190, 200 people already. Ask you to respond over voice, we will die. Cannot, like pasar malam. So you respond whatever I ask you via the chat. I think that is the mode of our communication for today. Attentive, and so please be attentive. And of course, last but not least, we want to have fun. Okay, yeah. I created the whole platform is to for fun of learning, and then from fun of learning, you can pick up 1 or 2 things. I'll be the most happiest person in the world. Okay, so guys, are you ready? Okay, so if you are ready, please write on the chat ready. I need to know whether you're ready or not. At least 2 people, 3 people ready. Yes, very good. Because when you write, you need to write because you know how you're going to respond. So when you write ready, I also get encouraged, because in communication, we always see people face to face. Right now, I can't see anybody because you off your video, which is good. I'll be looking at 200 people. Very tough for me also. So I have to do a lot of imagination, and thinking and hoping and praying that you're looking at me. So that's why when you respond, it gives me encouragement. Okay. So if you're ready, how are you feeling today? So can you write that? How are you feeling today? Yeah, please write. Whatever feeling you have lah. Good. All right. Fantastic. Food. I don't know what it means. Good. Great. Good. Sleepy. Okay. Thank you very much. Surviving. Oh, that's a very powerful word. Boring. Are you starting only boring? Bad. Are you blood donation just now? Oh, yeah. You go and donate your blood. Problem ready. Hungry. Man. Yeah. So, guys, imagine this lah. These are the feelings which we are having. Okay. Which is naturally says about tired. Is it tired? Wang San Yi tired because of the rain. Rain. How come rain you can get tired? Probably you got wet. So probably that could have. So you see, there's a condition which we all are in. Okay. Nevertheless, as we are going to get something from this session, the feeling which I want you to install, tired from assignment. Yes, Vivian. Utah, University Tada Rehat. A lot of us say like that, right? But let me tell you frankly, it's going to be tiring when you enter the work world, because it's going to be a never-ending story. You see, when you are going to university, there is a limit to that. Maybe maximum 3, 4, 5 years. After that, game over. Once you enter to the work field at the age of 22, like what I did, and it goes on. Now I'm 51, so close to about 30 years working, close to 30 years working. I don't know how long I can last. You understand? So that feeling of fatigue, not enough rest, tired, all these are going to be the reality of life. Okay, unless we make certain arrangements now. Okay, so therefore, one of the things which is very important need for this session is that the feeling of whatever feeling you have, I want you to deinstall that negative one and put in the positive feeling. Even good, I want you to put it as awesome, fantastic, yes, 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 and I'm the best. I think this is very critical for the development of mankind, because we are talking about expectation versus reality of the workplace. So we want to share with you. So, but in that particular sharing, I need you the 2 hours which we are going to expound our thinking to have this installation of awesome, fantastic, yes, 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 I'm the best. That's why I said you are the brink of miracle. So imagine if you are going to the workplace, if you bring this fatigue, tired and everything, who's going to hire you? Okay, so that's why we have to quickly deinstall that and reinstall these words: awesome, fantastic, yes, 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 I'm the best, because your branding is very vital. Okay, so what are our learning objectives? And we have 3 learning objectives we hope to achieve. First of all, we want to set your mindset for constant change. Okay, why I'm saying this is that change is the only thing constant. Okay, and if you know now what is happening, change is happening so rapidly. So if you are not ready with that, because to make certain adjustments in your life, you're going to struggle. Okay, number 2 is, of course, get a perspective of work world. I'm very cautious about this particular objective. Get a perspective of the work world. Because why? There is another school of thought which says that better you all find out yourself. Why should I come and tell you? Correct or not? Because I don't want to frighten you also. If your backbone is not strong, you probably frighten and run away from the work world. And then what will happen to our human resources of our country? And just because youngsters are frightened. Okay, but the objective of Yuta is preparation. Okay, so we tell you what is the perspective of the work world from the point of industry, people who are in the industry, so that you come in, you are better prepared. Okay, better prepared. Right. And the last but not least is that this is the key thing today, 21st century. You need to be agile. Agility. Agile means fast. You must be fast to embrace ambiguity and uncertainty. So there is no clarity in the marketplace. So when you enter the workforce, although whatever you study, from engineering, accounting to medicine, science and everything, it doesn't determine your success in the workplace. Why? Because by the time you come out, whatever you have picked up is probably already too late. Or maybe it is basi. In Malay, they call it basi. Maybe it is not relevant anymore. So that's why you need to be agile to embrace ambiguity and uncertainty. Okay? All right. So in that sense, let me just put this forward. Expectation and realities at workplace. I believe as a prospective employee, you will have a certain expectation to go into work. Because most of the time, when I ask young people like you, I say, hey, so what is your expectation? Of course, good job, good life, good money, and travel, blah, 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 all kind of things. And many of you also probably are thinking, well, after graduation, I want to travel. All these would be inside your, as a prospective employee, expectation. Okay, which is nothing wrong. Because after so many years of struggling from, I don't know, Kindi until now, university, don't tell me you do not want to have certain expectation. There's nothing wrong with that. Unfortunately, how work happens is often different from how we think it happens. Like for instance, you have engineering student, correct or not? But ENE, okay, then you have mechanical, civil, chemical, biomedicine, or whatever it is, so you will have certain things which you already build up in your head, to do research and everything. But actually, when you enter to the workforce, it will be very different from what you have imagined. Even your lecturers cannot imagine and tell you that. You understand not? Because different company have different ways of thinking. Like when I started my career itself, I went with very, very fantastic, what do you call, expectation, fully prepared for the working world, but still I was flawed. That means the carpet was pulled under my feet, if you understand what I'm trying to tell. Okay, so how work happens is often different from how we think it happens. So this session, this is very important. I need to give you caveat. So that's why, please, and guys, you cannot listen in front and then run away, then come back at the later and then listen. Then you are out of the picture already. You must listen the whole thing and to be involved, so that you know that this session is not making any value judgments, but only pointing out what was observed in it, what I observed. Okay, what I observe, what I hear, what I myself felt as a particular individual, as a young graduate who entered work field probably 30 years ago. Okay, but yet nothing much changed, because today I'm hiring people. I'm hiring young graduates. I talk to young graduates from all kind of universities, from north until south, Sabah, Sarawak, and everything. Everybody have all these apprehensions. And so remember, no value judgment. All the examples which I share is for the purpose of learning, not to condemn anybody. Because I really appreciate the process of learning which I went through from a student until what I am doing today as an entrepreneur. Okay, so the key, this is important. The key is setting a mindset for constant change, to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And that word, mindset for constant change. let me tell you, irrespective of whatever degree you have, medical or creative industry, accounting, engineering, science, or what, finance, the most important is what's in between your ears. What's in between your ears, this part, the gray thing inside the brain. That mind is very important, which need to constantly learn, unlearn, relearn. Okay, so therefore, just quickly a quote. There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. If any joker told you that it's going to be easy life, working life, I think he's a joke. You understand? Some people say, sleep your way through to success. Close your eyes and success will be in front of you. All these are BS. Okay, fill in the blanks yourself. There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. It's hard work, my friend. And of course, plus with smart work. Hard work and smart work. Okay, so in this session, I hope I can bring that concept out, the hard work and smart work, so that you know that there is no elevator. Elevator, like lift, only can go up straight away or go down. It doesn't work that way. You have to take the stairs. It's hard work. You have to sweat. You can ask your parents. Okay, so therefore, please ready to understand. Like a movie like that, I have to play out something to you. Okay, so first of all, let me give you the prelude to it and the background about it, so that as I'm sharing, you understand where I'm coming from. So please remember, if you watch a movie, Tamil movie, Tamil movie is 3 hours, but lucky this is 2 hours. You must watch from start until end. If you miss somewhere in the middle, you might not be able to connect very well. Okay, so let me give you some background between these things called expectation and realities. Expectation, you expect something, correct or not? You come to university, you expect something, right? You expect a minimum a degree, correct or not? But reality is what? Sometimes, or maybe you expect, okay, I want a degree, but I want to graduate. I want a graduation ceremony, expectation. But reality is, some of your seniors cannot graduate this year. They got a certificate. I see them all posting in the Facebook and so on. Not only your university, all the universities. So expectation to have a graduation ceremony. Reality is, no graduation. Wait until the COVID is over. You understand? So in the world, this is the most important slide. If you can understand this slide, I'll be the happiest person in the world. Career life cycle. Those of you in FBF or those in marketing, have taken some kind of marketing, you will know there's a product life cycle. When a product is brought into the market, there is an introduction phase. Then after that, the product will grow, and then it get matured. Then after that, it declines. Similarly, my dear friends, your career too, your life too is the same thing. And if you have a space of 70 years to live in this world, you have an introduction, the day when you're born. Then after that, you grow, and then you reach maturity, and then time to say bye-bye to the world. Okay. Similarly, career is like that. So you need to know, there will be a pace of introduction, which can last between 1 to 3 years. If you have never worked before, okay, and then you will grow. After the 3rd year, you will start to grow. So that's why you go into the working world thinking that straight away in the 2-3 years you want to climb up. That's where the tough is, because the basement is weak. When the basement is weak, you will drop. So that's why the introduction stage is very important, and that therefore I think that is why this topic is very relevant, so that we set your mind right, that introduction stage, that between the first year to the 3rd year, which normally in human resource we call the year of investment. You are investing in the company, and company also investing on you. It's a time of learning, growing. You understand? Even though you said you already learn a lot, but still you have to test it out in the marketplace. So the time will take maybe a career space of 30 years. You understand? And so you have to ready for this career life cycle. Introduction, and then the growing phase. After 3rd year, then you grow in the particular company and so on. And then you reach a maturity stage, maybe at the age of 35, 40. And then after that, you move on. Of course, some people say that, oh, now we're CEO all very young. Good lah, nothing wrong with that. But the problem is maturity. If you are young, it's okay. But maturity is there not. So this is the crux of the matter, you see. So normal tendency of human being, maturity comes after the age of 35, 40, and so on. So all depending. Now, in the growth stage, probably you also will switch career. Nothing wrong with that. Those days when you work in a company, you work 30, 40 years. Nowadays, in that green place there, maybe you might change 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 companies. I do not know. You understand now? Now, some of you, even after the growth stage, when you reach maturity, you decided not to work for people, and then you jump into the business world. You start your own business and so on. So it doesn't matter. Okay. So that's why, please remember, as you are entering the work field, okay, remember the introduction stage is so critical, because if your foundation is weak, you cannot grow. That is why you can get people, hey guys, I think some of you need to mute your mic, your speaker, whatever it is, it's disturbing, because I'm thinking while I'm talking. So very, very important. I don't script my talks, okay? As it flows, it will come up to you. Why you? They call it why you. Okay, so remember these. When you are moving to the marketplace, you have to start to plan. All right, introduction, how long? Growth, how long? Maturity, how long? And decline. You don't do that. Let me tell you frankly, I know the red thing can start very early already. Before even you launch your career, the decline started, because you're not thinking about your career. Okay, so with that, as the start of our discussion, let me just give you a quick background, so that see, this is where I come from. Although I'm coming live from Kampa, my background is actually from Johor. I'm a Johorian. I live in an estate. It's a plantation. Both my parents are rubber tappers. Actually, that's my house. If you can see, the house is where it's still standing. Already, I left that place 30 over years when I came to study in University Malaya in 1989. But the house still there. But this plantation is no more as big as what it used to be. Now I think there's a lot of foreign workers and so on. Okay. Now, why it's very important is you have to go back. You see, what you are today is what started when you were young. So it's very important to do this kind of self-reflection. So that is why wherever you are now, okay, whatever position you are in that particular, as a student, whichever faculty or what year and everything, your foundation is very, very important. Okay. So that's why don't get irritated with your past, because your past will actually help you to prepare for the future. Okay. Now, despite coming from this very, very poor background, if you know, if you live in a plantation, you will understand. But most of you probably in town, you might not get what I'm trying to tell. But despite that, the foundation of my life starts back when I was young, because my parents used to say that, hey, look, this condition which we are in is determined by our actions in the past. But we can make changes, and so changes is through education. So as a result, what happened to me, my career path, I after graduation, I started my first job in public finance. That was my first year, which many of you, the first job is a very, very interesting part. Sometimes some people very successful, some people have a lot of pains, but that pains actually shape. So learning from my first job, then I went to my second job, which was in Panasonic Corporation, which lasted close to about 11 years. That's where I developed my career. And then, of course, at the age of 35, I decided that enough of working for people. I want to start my own organization. So 2004, I started my company, which is until now as an entrepreneur. Now, why I'm sharing this, please remember, guys, all my sharings is not to impress you. No, you understand? No point for me to tell you all this, but the purpose, very purpose of me sharing this is to impress upon you that you too, if you want, can make the adjustments needed for you to propel in your life. And because you are very, very early stage, you understand? So we are actually preparing the platform, the trajectory which you want to make in your life. And so by learning from people who actually went through, and that's why we like to read biographies of people and everything, so that we realize, oh, okay, this is how people go through and so on. Okay. But the foundation actually is very critical. So that's why my education, after my high school, then I went to University Malaya. I did my first degree in faculty of economics and administration. 3 years I studied that. Then of course, then only I entered into public bank. And then after that, I furthered my studies some more in University Malaya again, in faculty of business and accountancy. And then I also went to University of Melbourne as part of that particular program. So you can see it is not just study, that's why I say a lot of time we just go into university, study, then after that cannot get ready for the workplace. So there's something called internship, right? Actually, when I was a student in the 1989, there's no internship, but I go and create my internship. So I went to Sports Center, Pusat Sukan, and I told them, look, I want to work for you. They say no money. I say no need money, just work for, just want to get exposure and experience, because I want to prepare myself for the working world. Now, despite doing this, I blundered in my first job, that's the best thing. Imagine that. Despite preparing myself, still I blundered in my first job. Okay. Anyway, I will talk to you a little bit more. So anyway, then I did my second degree in University of Malaya with the collaboration with University of Melbourne. Then I worked also in Kraft, Australia. And then after that, I did my third degree back to University of Malaya. Never leave University of Malaya. Okay, never mind. And then, of course, I also did some work at a small and medium enterprise. And so the exposure which I have, and that is what I want to bring to you, the realities of the workplace, because it's not just one company, so many different organizations which I work, whether as a, what you call as an intern. And then obviously, since 2010, I partner with all these various organizations in order to build that bridge, because there's always a problem between the industry and the academic. Academic will say students, the industries are not helping. The industry said what kind of students are coming from the sun. So my role is to bridge the gap, so that we can help you. And that is why this platform is actually created. Okay. But in my 30 years of exposure in the marketplace, exploration. So imagine that background is from an estate. It's a poor background. But yet, the opportunity which I have to expand myself in the work world, in the universities and so on, and the various different industries which I was involved in the last 30 years. So that is why Yuta said, can you put all these as a program and give? So that's why expectation reality, because let me tell you frankly, all these companies which I went in as a consultant to talk to people, to develop their people. And so I realized they all have one problem only, the human problem. The human is always a problem, because people's expectation and realities doesn't match. Everybody expects something. The companies which hire expect something from the worker, but the worker come, never deliver. The workers think that they expect something from company, they come, never deliver. So there's always a mismatch between these. So that's why there's a lot of mismatch in the industry, which causes a lot of pain. So imagine if this is the case, how about you, who are still now charting your life? Okay, so that is why I hope that you open up your mind and listen. Okay, Konosuke Matsushita, one of my mentors, used to say, gratitude leads to happiness. Conversely, lack of gratitude is the curse of the unhappy. Hey, suddenly I get excited. Please don't get upset. I to wake you up. Some of you have fatigue, you see. So I have to increase my energy level. So Konosuke Matsushita, Japanese corporation, Panasonic corporation where I work. This is my founder. Let me say this. Gratitude leads to happiness. That's very important, guys. All plain right. Yuta. Behind your t-shirt right there, Yuta is my choice. But every day in front complaining, how are you going to do well in your life? Because I have gratitude. You should be happy and kiss Yuta for giving the opportunity for you to study. I know some of you want to go to different university, but you have to face the fact. The fact is you're already in Yuta. You're already in the faculty of engineering. You're already in the faculty of what accounting. Don't go and look at other, I should be in that faculty. No. Face the reality. The fact is you are already in this faculty. So gratitude leads to happiness. Converse lack of gratitude is the curse of unhappiness. Because if you don't learn to have gratitude now, you will suffer. Because the reality of the workplace is struggle. You understand now? Because you will have a lot of hardship. So you go with a lot of unhappiness, you will struggle. Okay, so gratitude every time, every day when you wake up, you must say gratitude. So I have gratitude. So my progress in my life, 3M is called. Okay, first of course is to my parents. They helped me in my life, despite them having only education until standard 3. But through their limited knowledge and know-how, they actually helped me, to grow, to be what I am today, and consistently reminding me the importance of education. Of course, the other one is the movie star. I don't know whether you guys know. His name is MGR. Those Indians probably will know him. Probably. But sometimes the generation gap, you might not know. He was, he also education standard 3. But again, when I was young, my parents said, look, please learn from him. So can you imagine that? I watch movie and then I learn. Okay, this is the way I need to lead my life and so on, because he always talks about honesty, sincerity, responsibility to the society and everything. And of course, I'm very fortunate. Konosuke Matsushita, when I joined Panasonic Corporation, he also mentored me. Although I haven't seen him face to face, but reading his books, reading the way how he bring up the business and everything. So today what I am is the involvement of these 3 or rather 4 individuals in my life journey. So very important for us to have this self-reflection, have a sense of gratitude towards the people who have brought us. So if you are a person who is complaining, whinging and whining about your life, please you is a curse. Because why? Lack of sense of gratitude. You understand? So every day, please wake up and say, thank God that I'm still alive. Thank God I'm still alive, for the people who came in my life, who actually charted the journey of life. Because I tell you frankly, if your foundation is not correct, when your basement is weak, and the basement is weak, the whole thing, the building will collapse. You understand or not? So don't try to fast everything, fast forward everything, how to become rich fast in 20 days, 30 days. No such thing lah. You can go up fast and you will drop very fast. And so organic growth is very vital. And so at the same time, I also want to recognize all my bosses. You know, in my entire career, I had about 9 bosses. Okay, 9 bosses. I think 80 or probably 90% of them all come from Panasonic Corporation, because I stayed the most. Okay, of course, one Mr. Steven, you can see the guy who's laughing with the watch on the left side of your whatever screen you can see. He was my first boss who gave me the break, because he hired me while I was in the university in my final year. Then of course after that, eight of them, the others are all my bosses in Panasonic Corporation in various capacities. So I'm very grateful. So if you know them, if you have seen them before, maybe it's your uncle or whatever it is, please tell her, hey, Ravi, talk about you, because they are so important in my life. They taught me what is good, what is not good, all the things. So I learned. And so that's why we must have this ability to learn from these people. So therefore, it shaped where I am today. Today, I'm a corporate trainer, coach, mentor, and entrepreneur, and I have a family with 1 wife and 4 children. I got 3 girls and 1 boy. I'm really grateful for the background, that foundation which is built. So that's why expectation reality. Sometimes people think that going into the work world, not just jumping in, your foundation must be strong. What you're doing in the university is very, very vital. The involvement of you and so on is not to say to ensure success, is so that somebody says this now, how are you feeling to surviving? To survive, you need to survive first. Okay. So therefore, just to conclude this part, the lesson I learned in my background, from the time I was a child up to grooming by my parents, by the movie star, by reading books, and the mentors at workplace is a few things. It's not how you start matters, it's how you progress and finish. Remember? And so today, some of you will be telling you, my results not very good, my friend better. Don't worry about them. You understand or not? It's not how you start. It's the progress you are going to make. And then at the end of the day, at the end of the road, don't know how, maybe at the age of 70, 80, 90, I don't know how long you're going to live, how you're going to finish. And then very important in that process of development, into entering into the workplace, gratitude. Have gratitude towards others and be really thankful to God if you believe God. And then, this is most important, find a mentor or mentors in life. At your age, please go out there, look for people who can provide mentorship. Actually, mentor, no need to pay one. People are waiting to mentor you, but whether you are patient enough to be mentored or not. Mentors can be people, can be your lecturers, can be people outside, working people who have certain qualities which you think that you can, you admire, then make them your mentors, so that they can guide you. So today, that actually helps me to be what I am today. So my dear friends, okay, my second part, which I want to talk about, is my first job. This one very important because in Malay they say membuka pekong di dada. I don't know whether you understand the meaning. Actually, I have to tell you all my X-Files. My X-Files. There's a dark period in my life. You all like dark period, right? Dark period in my life between 4th of June 1993 to 30th September 1993. That's a period of about 118 days, if I'm not mistaken. It's the time where I ate grapes. Makan anggur. Okay. Now in Malay, makan anggur is always equated to menganggur. It's a period where jobless lah. Imagine you are a graduate with all the foundation, all the preparation I made. There was a period because of my arrogance. There was a period I was eating grapes. Okay, not literally. That means jobless lah. Now many people are jobless, but I actually faced that. At the time when the market was so good, I was jobless. Okay, what happened actually? So let me share with you my story lah. 118 days. 118 days. There was a period. This is an X-ray I have to do myself. So I'm really very thankful for this session because it actually make me to reflect back, reflect about that period where in my first job, I blended, despite massive preparation which I made as a student in the university. Okay, so it's my dark side. Okay, but the dark side also actually helped me to shape what I am today, because after that it was rainbow colored my life and so on. Okay, now let me just share with you, as a student, I was not a normal student. I was very, very different. I have got to be on top of my game and really go out there and play my own game. I was ready. After my Form 6, I was supercharged to take life into my hands. That means I will prepare myself to the topmost, so that will be a top of the game. You see, with that mindset, I go, no, I didn't just come to get a degree. I came to the university in 1989 to make a mark, to prepare to take the world by storm. So as a result of that, and by the time I came to my final year, I was so active in the university, involved in the faculty and all kind of things, whatever you can think as a student leader, I did. I used to say that, when I walk and the sun stops, that kind of what you call legendary approach I had towards my student life, not normal student life. You can ask a lot of my juniors, they will tell you. So when I left, even when I left, the university actually gave me a letter, because I told you, right, I was working what you call pro bono means not for payment, with the University Sports Center. The director of the Sports Center, Dato Yunus, who is the father of Malaysian counselling, wrote, and inside his statement, he actually said, no, this dynamic young man is able to adapt to any situation. He has strong leadership and communication skill. With his aggressive personality and proactive response, he has shown great commitment and dedication to work under pressure and long hours. He has strong drive and initiative to work confidently and independently. This is from, he's not my lecturer. He's actually the director of the Sports Center, who I actually go and help for 3 years. By the time I left, he saw me and said, you are the man for the market. Imagine, of course, obviously, I go and involve, like all of you like to collect your certificate. I go and collect all kind of certificate. I was involved in sports. I represented University Malaya in sports in various overseas one. I was involved in not just normal sports, also in creative. You can see what Juara Kumpulan and then Pelawak Terbaik. I was the best comedian in University Malaya. Can you imagine that? Okay, all this happened in my past Okay, Boria, DK Barat. I don't know whether you know all these things. Massive league I was preparing for so on-campus interview came, where on-campus means companies coming into the campus to interview. So obviously, I went for the on-campus interview. This is my X-Files. I don't know whether you can see it or not. This is my old files. I dig it out just for you. This is actually on the interviewer's report about me, my friend. So that's now the professor said about me, how good I am. Now the first company which I went for interview, which was Public Bank, the interviewer's report. So how did I get this? My X-Files. The interview's comment was this: candidate speaks fluent English. A sociable person who is very active in college life. He displays strong leadership qualities. He's very keen to build a career in personal management. And then a possible strength: confident, determined, innovative, positive, high standard, set challenging goals, stimulated participation, open-minded, and decisive. So what do you think the result of the interview? Of course, obviously, they hired me. Straight away hired me at the age of 22, before even my final exam, 16 April 1992, I need to report for work. Whew, fantastic, right? The feeling of getting a job before your graduation. You see, all these are my friends during graduation. Actually, they all wearing the gown because for graduation, I think there was a dinner. They're still wearing, but I have to go to work because I was hired even before graduation. The feeling is very different, because graduation is in August. 16 April 1992, I already joined Public Bank. And the feeling is very different. Why? Because you're wanted by the industry, superstar. Okay, so much so, I even made suggestion to my company. If you read, I joined 16 April 1992. 14 April 1992, I wrote to Public Bank and suggested to them that you need to improve the company logo. Imagine that, age 22, I haven't even started working. I already thinking how to improve the organization. So I wrote, this is my letter to the company to talk about improvement of company logo. And then I wrote, I said, everything, present situation. Imagine the kind of motivation I have, even joining the company. You see, that's what I mean by you want to take the world by storm. I love my job, I tell you. I was really raring to go. And I tell you, it was much more better after 1 month. I think that the first 14 days, oh, I received my salary. This was my first salary slip I took out for you all. Okay. My first salary, I mean, it was a half-month salary, 613 ringgit. Oh, I tell you. Yeah. Now you guys probably earning more than me now, part-time. But that time in 1992, when you receive this salary from a poor family, suddenly you receive a salary of your own. Oh, the feeling is fantastic, my friend. And happiness continued. For the next few months, I was so happy at my job. I continued where I left off in the university. I was involved in the annual dinner. I represented Public Bank in the Merdeka March Pass and everything. And then we during weekend we were going to organize. I remember this photo was taken in Genting Highland. Oh, it was happiness, the perfect job, because I was ready from student, foundation, and everything. And my nightmare started. My nightmare started suddenly, because I fall sick. I still remember. So I dig it out for you guys. On the 4th of July 1992, I was admitted to University Malaya for vomiting. Because why? Every day I work very late. I go to work by 6:30. And then after that, I come back 9:30. Really work because I really want to show the world what we are made of. But 3 months only, I was flogged. I was entered into University Malaya for suspected typhoid. So they quarantined me. You all talking about COVID, quarantine. That time, I got quarantined 7 days in the university hospital. I tell you, they did all kind of tests on me like a guinea pig. Then finally, the doctor said, nothing wrong with you. Why? I do not know. Maybe the stress, maybe working late, maybe eating char kway teow every day. I do not know. That was all the things. Then after that, I recovered, but I couldn't get my top form. You understand? No? Because mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, I was out. And again, I think in December, I landed up in hospital. This one was in Tung Shin Hospital. Oh, worse. For some, again, the same kind of problem repeated. So as a result of it, this led the sequence of events. Within 1 year and 2 months, I was at the verge of resignation. So of course, during my performance appraisal, that means during the probation period, I tried to justify. I don't know whether you can read that. I tried to justify. My supervisor was telling that, Ravi, you are not up to the standard. And I say, my immediate problem is that I'm getting adjusted to the working environment. During the probationary period, my performance was affected by prolonged illness. My literature knowledge of human resource and most of the time is not applicable to the real working world. The problems are so complex that I had to get so confused. And then as a corporate baby, slowly but surely, I have learned to accept the fact that I have to, crawl out of this ideal university, circle to the real life in the world. Only time will tell whether I will adhere to the organization. Hey, this is a real document, no? I don't know that time I photostated because I know one day I have to use this to tell story. The company did everything. They sent me for courses, internal courses, module 1, module 2 and everything, but I was sick. You understand or not? A student leader, ready for the working world, yet collapsed within 3 months. Okay? But anyway, they said that there was a postponement. They actually said, okay, look, we need to extend your probation and so on. Okay, fine. Then after that, 1 year later, on the 3rd of May, after 1 year, they do the to confirm me then of course my supervisor gave me nicely left, right, center, give me and everything. This time I lagi terror, arrogant some more. So what I said to them, I said, I've taken note of the weaknesses indicated during my appraisal. I will take immediate action to improve the indicated area. Likewise, this is the worst Likewise, I would appreciate if the manner of supervision would be improved to further motivate and enable me to perform in my job to my top potential. I would also be glad if management indicate during my appraisal, which are the areas I've improved, because after the interview, I felt that I've done nothing for the company, for taro back the organization. So what do you think happened? That led me to my third decision. I quit. So on 7 May 1993, Superstar, I wrote a letter to the company and I said that I would like to tender my resignation effective from today, as I would like to pursue my career in different fields. Further to the above decision, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation and gratitude to all my seniors and fellow friends for all the guidance during my 1 year stay here. Thank you very much. Poof. Do I have a job? No. Arrogant. And I quit because I was thinking that I'm so good that somebody will hire me. So what happened after that? Then life started lah. Rejection after rejection. So I thought that after I quit, I will get job. One by one company I wrote to them. First was this amateur golfer, Royal Selangor, Asian Football Confederation, everywhere. Rejected. Asian Football Confederation is the best. They even told me, I would like to thank you for your interest in organization. I am in the process of shortlisting the applicants and will contact you shortly. So I was really thought that they're going to hire me. Guess what? Few months later, they also rejected. Okay, this one all I can accept. These following rejection, I cannot accept. There's one company I will never forget in my life. That is Maybank. They sent me a letter on 5th of May and say rejected. And they follow through the letter. I do not know why. They sent another letter and said on the 14th of May, rejected. For the same position. And then I think they must be very, very, they want to make sure that I really know that I was rejected. They send me another letter on the 18th of May for the same job and say rejected. Oh, I tell you, when you are pokai, because why? You see, when you leave company, nobody is going to pay you, right? The last pay also the company hold because they need to clear income tax and everything. I was pokai lah. Pokai means no money, no money. So that time I was thinking that, hey, I'm super good. I prepared myself, everything, but yeah, I blundered lah. Because the realities of the work world is different from what I expected. Even though I was fully prepared, but the world was very cruel to me. Okay, and I don't blame that. It's also my arrogance lah. Too arrogant. Okay, and I remember that one day I was sitting in my house in PJ. That time I was staying in PJ, and then I was thinking, hey, how's my life and everything. I was about to eat an apple. That apple was my breakfast for the day because no money ready. So I limited budget, so bought apple breakfast. Want to put inside. Then one poor beggar boy came and he said, "Anna, sorry irka." That means he said, brother, got rice or not? Then I said, sorry, apple thaan irukku. I said, there is no rice. I only got apple. So the fellow grabbed my apple. He grabbed the apple, go lah. He got taro me some more. You know what he said? Periya veeda irukku, sorry illa. That means he said, house so big, but no money, no rice. Actually, the house is a rented house. 20 graduates are staying there. La. You understand? So I tell you, that time I realized when humans are no money, yeah, maybe rejection is so important, so they have to inform 3 times. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I tell you, every time I see the Maybank one, I feel very angry with them. One day I will teach them a lesson. Reject people once enough lah. Okay, but anyway, it's good. So that's why I can tell you all this. But I tell you, when you do not have money, that's the time you realize all the things we think we are so great. And I learned some lessons which I learned from that particular period, and dark period of my life is the academic world and the working world are 2 different planets. I tell you frankly, yes. You say that it's in the planet Earth. No, my friend, even though it's in planet Earth, but it's 2 different worlds. In the academic world, as engineering, accounting, creative industry, medical science, FBI is ideal world. But when the working world is 2 different planets. Okay, that's the first thing I learned lah. Second, I learned this one lah. Don't be arrogant, thinking that you are untouchable. Because I thought, student leader, the sun stops, the wind stops blowing when I walk. All these are rubbish. Because once you enter to another planet, it's start all over again. Okay, and third thing, of course, adversity will teach you great lessons in life. And so looking back, all that exposure, that experience, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that adversity taught me. Adversity means difficulties in life. So if you are going through difficulties in life, don't despair. This is all teaching moments. And so you need to do reflection to learn from this. Okay, all right. So thank you very much, guys. We will stop here. We will take a short break. And then when we come back, I will talk about another three more sections. Okay. So Kenneth, we will take a break. So now is, what is this? Okay. Until 2:05. Okay. Until 2:05. Because there's so many people. So 2:05 we will start. Okay, Kenneth, can you put in the chat there? 2:05 we will start back. Okay, thank you very much, guys.
Okay.
Okay, we have 1 minute before we start. So if you are elsewhere, just get back. There are a few of you, I've asked few questions regards to the slides, I think from Vivian. So what I will do is I will send to Yuta the SSC, to Jia, and then she will then forward to you all. Okay, video, I think probably you need to ask Yuta lah. And then at the same time, I think Guan Hong was asking me a slide earlier. So I hope that's what it's about. I already got it. Okay, so guys, another 20 seconds. We will start shortly. Just get back. Okay. 10 seconds. Okay, so I hope you have stretched yourself and ready for our second part. Okay, very fast, time flies. All right, so in the past hour, I have shared with you on background, about my background, what I went through, and then of course what happened in my dark side of the first job. Really thank you guys, because it gave me a chance to dig back all my past treasures. But very important is moving forward and what we can do. So this portion, I'm going to talk something on mindset change, and remember what's in between your brains. And so let us do a test. Okay, our test 2. So guys, can you please type in the what do you call in the chat, what do you see? Yes, whoever is in, please type in the chat. Okay, frog, 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 frog and a horse. Frog, 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 frog. A lot of people see frog, frog horse, frog horse. Okay, frog, 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 frog. Okay, frog and a horse, frog and a horse. Okay, now, well, interesting, picture, same picture. Some of you see frog. Some of you say, hey, no lah, not really frog. Can see horse. So if you turn the other way, there is a horse. You tilt your head lah. Okay, anyway, so what does this teach us? Expectation and reality. You see the picture look like frog, okay, but then in reality, it is not just a frog, it is also a horse. So all depends on which angle you are looking at. So this is the realities of the work world. You have certain expectation. You expect, from the way I see it's a frog, but reality is maybe it's not a frog, because from another angle it can look like a horse. And so therefore, why this happens? Okay, because the work world is no more as simple as what people think, because rapid change have developed in the last 20 years. If you know Peter Drucker, an influential management thinker, he says the 3 C's, which is change, complexity, and competition. We live in an era of accelerated change, overwhelming complexity, and tremendous competition. Okay, what does this mean? Change, people say change is the only thing constant, but the issue is what happened the last 20 years, the change have accelerated, speed up very fast. You understand? So that is why what you learn in the university, by the time you go into the workplace, it probably would have modified so much that sometimes what you have learned, it become irrelevant, because it's overwhelming complexity. Decision making is no more simple like last time. And last time there is people give you job description, just follow that. Now no more. People ask you to write your own job when you enter to the work field, and tremendous competition. Okay, I mean, you wouldn't know these but 30-40 years ago, you go to a shopping mall, very simple only, few brands. I work in Panasonic, used to sell LCD projector, our brand, and then got Baco, 3M. Now 40-50 brands selling LCD projector. That's competition. So that is why, what you think you know, by the time in the reality can be very different. Like this now, look like a frog, but could be a horse. And that is called ambiguity and uncertainty. And so what do you do? That's why you have to look into the mirror. What do you see about yourself? Okay, you need to work on yourself, because outside you cannot change. Like just now, a friend of you said, right, tired because of raining. How come it is connected to you? Maybe the person got wet. You do not know lah. But the thing is that you cannot change the rain. You can't stop the rain. You cannot stop somebody getting upset with you, angry, but you can work on yourself. And so that is why very critical. Today I will do what others won't. So tomorrow I can accomplish what others won't. And so some of you have said, I want to study very hard. Why? Because it is to prepare to the best possible. Because there's no assurance that even this preparation is enough. I mean, I'm a very good test case, what I went through in my life, that I thought I was super prepared, but yet when I went into the work field, I struggled. Because why? The thought process was not very clear. The thought process was, because my intention of going to work also was not very clear. I was more interested to make money and to see how I can become very rich quickly and so on. That probably flawed me. You understand? The flaw in my thought process. You understand? What I was aiming for in my life, and probably the purpose of my life was not very clear. Until, of course, I was very fortunate when I entered Panasonic Corporation. And so I was introduced, yes, change ways to think. Okay? Yeah, of course. And that's why we have to start to look at things very differently. All right? So the thought process changed. And so not for bread alone. So anybody can tell me what's the meaning of this? Not for bread alone. It's a book, but don't go and Google. From your own thinking, if you see the word not for bread alone, what do you think the meaning is? After this, I will explain to you. So just share with me, not for bread alone. What's the meaning of not for bread alone? Written by Konosuke Mashita. That's why I say his word. Bread equals to money, question mark, by Teresa. Okay, good. Some more, any others? Yeah, and she said that bread equals to money, question mark. Okay, now man, she's thinking, how about others? Don't focus on money only. Okay, you. Thank you. Some more, any others? Very important, because like what I said, you guys know so much. I only want you to start thinking, because I want you to prepare the best possible. Okay, because there's so much of uncertainty outside there. Not just for money. Saving not for buying food only. Okay, good. Some more. Not just take the bread as bread only. Okay, put more effort with other ways. We need jam. Thank you, Jiao Yu. Okay, some more. Okay, never mind. Guys, I tell you, strength of union. Fantastic. Okay, now Japanese, fantastic. How Konosuke Mashita, he is so standard 3 only. But yet he built a corporation of 76 billion USD by the time he left the world in 1989. Okay, so that's why his thought process is very interesting, not for bread alone. And of course, after I read the book from him, it changed completely the way I look at work. And so what actually he said, this is what he said. Why and for what purpose do we work? Of course, we have to work to support ourselves. But if that is all, work will be nothing but hardship. Okay, that means not for bread alone. So if you're going to find a job or work just to find money to care for yourself, actually nothing wrong with that. But if that is all, then work will be nothing but hardship because you are working for money only. So when we think of work as others means demanding or great effort, difficulty, we are constantly looking for ways to escape it or lighten its burden. Work can be absorbing and fulfilling if we think of it as contributing to the enrichment of our lives and the improvement of our world. Okay, so remember, guys, this is a very profound thinking which really changed my thought process. As a 22-year-old, entered the work field, struggle, despite I thought I was fully prepared, but my motive of working was to find money. Alone, only money alone. I was thinking, I want to get as much as money as possible. But then I realized that because I worked too hard for the money, then the work become nothing but hardship, hard work. And so that affected me physically, emotionally, spiritually, and so on. Ended up in hospital and finally down all the way. You understand now? So that's why when we think work as painful, demanding work, hard work, then what happened? It constantly working, looking for ways to escape. That's why people say, thank God it's Friday. And Monday blues. All this actually started because of why? Because people see work as burden. Even before, pre-COVID, a lot of people don't like to go to work. They said, oh, if can a holiday longer, better. Now, 3-4 months. Then after that, now no money. Struggle because you just work for money alone. Work for bread alone. Work for money alone. So work can be absorbing and fulfilling, according to Mashita. And we think of it as contributing to the enrichment of our lives and improvement of our world. So, my dear friends, what is the purpose of you as a prospective intern or an employee? You have to ask this question. What is the purpose of your internship and employment? Is your purpose working only for salary, for allowance? Is it for the quality of life? Or is it not for bread alone? Not for bread alone. And so when you go and look at the work and the perspective change, say that, oh, don't just look for the money alone. It's not for bread alone. Bukan sekadar periuk nasi in Malay term or sometimes they use kerja bagaikan ibadah, if you understand what I'm talking about. And so I learned this actually from Mashita. Then later when I reflect back, then I realized what my father said when I was young. And because that time I went to school, I was standard 1. And then in the class, we all have to introduce ourselves. We introduce ourselves. So this guy, Ahmad, introduced himself. He said, my name is Ahmad. My father is Ali. He's a policeman. So everybody clapped. Policeman, very good. My name is Asing. My father is Achong. He's a businessman. Everybody clapped. Then my turn came. Now my name is Ravi. Father's name is Raman, and he's a rubber tapper. And then everybody closed their nose and say, smelly, all kind of things. They make fun of me because of the status of the job of my father. So I was very upset. I came back home. I scolded my father. I said, wow, you never study. Because you didn't study, you see your son have to suffer. The pain, people make fun of me. Then my father said, why you look down on rubber tappers? All are very smelly. I said, no. But we are the contributors to the economic of our country. In the 1970s, rubber is number 1 economic producer. And as a result of it, our country developed. The shoe you are wearing, the tire which brings you to the school, and the bus which goes on the road, everything is made of rubber. We contribute to the nation development. So don't look down on rubber tappers. When he said that, of course, I couldn't understand. That I was 7 years old, correct or not? But many years later, when I was the age of 23, okay, when I was in Panasonic Corporation, when I joined them, suddenly the perspective changed. Oh, no wonder I struggled much in my first job because I went there just to get the money, to be rich as fast as possible. But when I changed my perspective that I work, I want to give my best so that I can develop self-development and also develop the people around me, make people better through my job. My job must be a reflection of the goodness around me. Then everything changed. Kerja bagaikan ibadah. Work as if worship unto the Lord. Bukan sekadar periuk nasi. Not for bread alone. You understand or not? So some of us are very shy of our parents. Oh, my father is a hawker only. My mother is a what do you call what do you call? She's a sales lady or whatever. Don't look down. They are contributing to the nation development. So when you work, whatever job you're going to do, I don't know what you're going to do. Engineer, accountant, creative industry, medical industry, science, but is your job contributing to the nation development or not? Is it making other people better or not? Then is very different. You have to start thinking. So the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, relearn. Doesn't mean you got a degree, you are a learned, no. Because this word, learn, unlearn, relearn. You have to revisit again once you enter the work field. Because only when you learn, you earn. Only when you unlearn, you earn. Only you relearn, you earn. You understand not? So when you enter the work field, and that's what Mahatma Gandhi said, adaptability, very important. You need to adapt. You cannot behave like what you are doing now in Utah. You understand not? Because whatever Utah are preparing, they are preparing their best. But when you go to the work field, you have to make some adjustments and flexibility to the work environment. Because now you don't even turn up for your lecture. You come late for your lecture. But when you work for people, you cannot do that. You have to be changing the way. So, different. Even 1 minute you are late at workplace, people say you are late. But you come 5 minutes late, lecturer don't say anything. But you are lucky I'm not your lecturer. So adaptability. You have to change the way you behave when you enter the work field. But that one you have to start now, because even what you are doing now might not be enough to make you survive in the work world. Okay? So work on myself. And the best project you ever work on is you. Your mental fitness, your emotional fitness, your physical fitness, and your spiritual fitness. If you look at it, MEPS. Where do you see this? In the ATM machine, right? MEPS, maps. If you know what I'm talking about, go and look in the ATM machine, then you know MEPS. Then you get the money. Mental, emotional, physical. Then I started to work on that. Then I said, oh my God. Mentally, I'm not fit. Emotionally, I'm not fit. Physically, I'm not fit. My relationship with God is not fit. That's why I'm struggling, because I'm working for money alone. So once my mental fitness improved, guess what? I was, thank God, I was saved. Panasonic offer came in. This is the letter. I looked through. So, not bad, man. Well, then my career took a major twist. From a failure, suddenly I was finding myself sitting together with the top management of Panasonic Corporation. Okay, in a space of a short while only. From 93 to 97, I was a sales executive at a JB branch. 97 to 99, became a sales manager. 99 to 2000, I became head of sales, sitting with all my bosses there. And then that actually, of course, developed a platform to become an entrepreneur, what I am. In that short space of 11 years, I got MD Team Award 3 times, Top Sales Achiever 10 times. I got 3 promotions, and I traveled to 33 countries. Imagine that. Work on yourself, my friends. Lesson learned for me. Have humble attitude of merchant. Jangan belagak lah. Don't be so arrogant. Oh, engineer. Oh, I'm a medicine, accountant. What? Nothing. When you enter the work field, humble attitude of a merchant, like the hawker, humble. Like the rubber tapper, humble. Like the fisherman, humble. I'm not telling lecturers are not humble. They are so very humble. That's why they teach you. Humble attitude of a merchant. Cool head and warm heart. No need to get angry. The problem with me was what? Too hot temper lah. When my supervisor tried to teach me, I tried to teach her back. Arrogant. Okay. And then of course, Kaizen, Japanese term lah. Continuous improvement. We are work in progress. You understand? So when my supervisor was telling me that, Ravi, you quit. So after this, you got a job. I said, no, a job. Then what do you have? I got talent. What talent you have? That's why you do not know. That's how I talk to my supervisor lah. That's why that dark age, 118 days of suffering. You understand? So when I look back now, thank. That was a good message for me lah. Then I started to learn humble attitude of a merchant. They call it Resmi Padi. Resmi Padi, not Resmi Lalang. Like if you know lah, the paddy field. The more paddy inside, the flow go down. Not show off. Cool head, warm heart, humble attitude of a merchant. Kaizen, continuously improve. Okay? So I hope you get my message lah. Yes. Okay, now accept ambiguity and uncertainty. That is the order of the day. Meaning, let me tell you frankly, you must expect the unexpected when you go and join the work field. It is not what you are going to imagine. Okay, so let me give you some realities which you are going to face in your life. Okay, workplace expectation. Okay, please, again, whatever I say, evaluate. And there are 5 aspects which I want to share with you. 5 points. Can be a deal maker or breaker in your prospective job. So if you want a long-term professional relationship with your prospective company, we look out for these signs. Okay, so what are the first signs? First sign is salary lah. Please change your expectation on your salary. Okay, because I do not know what people share with you lah. You'll be thinking that, yes, once I join the work field, it will be fantastic. The bank vault will open, everything will fall on me. Dream on, my friends. Most likely you will be pokai, the reality. Because you will take first year to third year, it's a struggle. You might not be able to make ends meet, especially if you are working in Kuala Lumpur. Lucky if you come to Kampa. If you are working in international school, where my wife is a principal, and they pay about 2,500, I think with the housing and everything, I think you can survive. But in Kuala Lumpur, dream on. Without a minimum 3,000, no way. So how? Then you have to stinge lah. Meaning, you cannot live the kind of luxury life you are living as a student. And some of you, the phones you have, amazing, my friend, because father can give. But how long your father can give? So, have to change that. That's the first thing. Second one, your job description. Your expectation is, I go there, they will give me everything, laptop, everything ready. I know what to do. First, second, third, dream on. Once you join the job, they will dump everything to you. But you see, it's all add-on. You didn't read the fine print. You're going to die. I tell you frankly. Job description. What is job description? No more already. Today, you join the company, they will tell you, you write your own job description. You tell me what you can do. After all, you say that you can do heaven and earth, right? You can connect heaven and earth. Now show us. Because you all know, right, how to answer the interview question. 1,001 ways of how to answer questions for interviewer. Now you perform and see. Okay. Third one, workload. You'll be thinking that, man, slow. No, my friend, it's plug and play. The moment you enter, they will dish everything and they expect you to run. Why? Because that's an expectation from the employer now. It's very different from what you're thinking. Nobody is going to give you time. The workload is heavy. If you're thinking that, 9 to 5, dream on. It's not going to happen. It probably is 7 to 7 maybe. Or maybe, work from home. No, it's work for hours. Okay. And then you'll be thinking office culture. I'll have friendly colleagues who will be very nice, this and that. People will be barking at your ears, man. And you're lucky that people don't let go, fall afterwards. Hey, when I tell all these, and these are the extreme bit, there are still nice people around. You understand, man? But I'm just preparing you for the worst possible, because office culture is very different. nowadays, because people are fully stressed. They don't have time for you anymore. Nobody's going to guide and coach you. You have to run yourself. If you keep quiet, you are dead. You have to go and ask for help. People will scold you, but still you have to go and see them and try to pick up everything from them. People are still helpful, but you must know how to ask. And sometimes you're thinking that, oh, when I go there, everybody will lead me and guide me. No, you're unlucky. You join an organization, you get a boss who will be yelling at the top of his tone. Hey, don't blame the boss, because he is there to do a job. You understand? The lifelong employment thing is gone already. And so what you do, these are the realities. I'm telling you frankly. Okay. So you need to develop your political acumen. Please write this word down. Political acumen. You must know what to say, when to say, who to say. I repeat again. Political acumen is you must learn the discernment. You cannot say that I'm a newbie. No lah. You have to start to go in. That's why internship is very important. So when you go in there, you get a tip of the iceberg. But once you join, still probation period is okay. But once you're confirmed, you have to hit the ground running. So you have to develop your political acumen. What to say, when to say, who to say, how to say, all these. That's why DSSE every day asking you, please join all the soft skills, because they are trying their best to develop all these before you join the work field. Okay. This is my wife. I have to share because I asked her, so hey, what do you expect? She said very simple only. When you join any company, do the job you are hired for. Easier said than done. But she gives tips. Number one, she said, just be present. Make sure you attend every day, punctual for your job, be in attendance. Number two, she said, observe and learn. Observe and learn. You must pick up fast. Nobody is going to teach you everything. You have to observe and learn. And last, she said, be agile. You need to be fast. Quickly pick up. When we throw one ball to you, you don't return back as a ball. Maybe you return back as a stick. You have to be creative. You understand or not? So this is the expectation. And dealing with people is not easy. While dealing with people, lose your spectacle, put on their glasses, try to understand first before being understood. So you cannot come in and thinking that people will understand you. No, nobody got time for you, my friend. So you have, when you deal with people, you want to get things done right. So you lose your spectacles. Take out spectacles. No more student spectacles. This is working spectacles. As an adult, your maturity must come very fast already. If you want to strive and achieve whatever you want in the work field. You understand or not? Nobody is going to tell you everything to the letter. Here, whenever the lecturer gives assignment, you said, any reference. You think people will give you reference, man? No. You have to go and figure it out. So while dealing with people, lose your spectacle, put on the glasses, try to understand before being understood. Then only people trust you. Because trust at the workplace, it takes years to earn, seconds only to break. And once you break, it becomes rust and you are doomsday for you, my friend. If you want to progress in career, or even in business for that matter. And today, when I look back, wow, 17 years in business because of the trust. So I have to really protect and take care of that. So how do you do that? That's what's important. There's something called relationship bank account. All of us have. If you have 100 people, 100 friends, you have 100 relationship bank account. You deposit or you withdraw. You deposit means your relationship become better. You withdraw means relationship get worse. How do you deposit? Very simple. Communicate with sincerity. Keep your promise. Honor expectation. Apologize if you make mistake. Praise when it's necessary. Appreciate the people who are with you. Then you deposit. You build relationship people. People trust you. But most of the time, work people, they do a lot of withdrawals. Very proud and arrogant. Break promise. Say that we'll attend the meeting, never turn up. Online meeting is 10 o'clock, should be in by 9:55, 10:15 only coming, and then blaming the internet. Last time you used to blame the jam. What? Okay. Violating expectation, rudeness and discourtesy, and passing judgment. Texting to people, talking, mengumpat, they call it in Malay, membawang. What is this? This is what happening at the workplace. That's why relationship quiet or out. So you want to deposit. Even with your parents also, same thing. Increase your deposit. If your deposit more, 10,000 worth, withdrawal, 1,000, still got positive 9,000. You understand what I'm talking about now? This is very important. So that's why when you enter the work field, expectation and realities are different. But if you develop good relationship with your working colleagues, with your boss, with your subordinates, everything, then you can survive, because work world, working life is like ginseng, not Panadol. It's long term, it's not short term. Even though you say I only work this period, But your reputation is important. You have to protect. Panadol, short term, you pain, you take the Panadol, just recover for a while. But long term is not good for your body. Ginseng, you take long term, you can survive. So relationship with people is so important. Today, my premise of business is ginseng. That's why all my bosses, my colleagues are the ones supporting my business, because they are in different company. They hire me. You understand what I'm talking about now? Ginseng, my friend, long term. Don't be short term. Don't be quick, fast, shortcut. Okay. All right. My last topic. I have to talk about this lah. New normal. Because why? By the time you all enter the work field, I don't know how it's going to be, or whether you will ever go to work field or not. Maybe you all will be working from home. This is the new normal. We call it the work from home, or work for hours. Okay. These are the following tips. You will be more productive when you work from home lah. Hopefully lah. Because even if you only commute once a week, these tips will help you to work more efficiently and accomplish more tasks. Okay. Although the ability to work from home has many perks, it also requires self-discipline, motivation than working in an environment. Actually, office environment, see, a lot of you, when there's somebody watching, you can perform. But can you do the work without being watched? So I became an entrepreneur. The last 17 years, work from home. That's why when the COVID time, no issue. I still can do the job. Because holiday, yesterday, Para was a public holiday, so I was working. Because we don't bother. We are business people. You understand? So work from home is a prelude before you become an entrepreneur. Okay. So remote work. The fact is, remote work is going to become normal for many organizations. Maybe you all won't have office. Let me tell you. And you'll rise how you adapt to this workforce communication and to this new city. Because in US, within 3 weeks, 31% to 62% working from home, the remote working. So you have to deal with many things, my friends. Yeah, you have to deal with many things. Do you know the issues to deal with after back-to-back online meeting? Can you all write to me? Like assuming you all attend a lot of these online lecturing, right? Sometimes you all are cursing and swearing, right? But actually all these the Utah is doing to prepare you for the work field. So can you tell me, can you write in the in the chat, what do you think some of the issues you have to deal with back-to-back online meetings or sessions? Just write to me so that I know. Okay, Vivian said the boss just follow his responsibility as a leader to flourish the company. Okay, yes. Sometimes people don't like bosses, but they are just doing their part. And then Wei Hong said Westlake is a nice school which can look over the lake. Oh, Wei Hong, maybe you mean here. You said time management, mental drainage, unable to focus. Correct, Basil. Discipline is needed. Can't wake up late. Yeah. So a lot of things. Okay. Never mind. As you are thinking, let me tell you one of the biggest issue. Lim, you just wrote what I'm thinking. Back pain. Back-to-back meeting means some back pain. Yes. I tell you frankly, in the future, people are not going to walk upright. Everybody will be walking like that because every day doing like this. Chimpanzee like that. Back to our ancestors. Eye strain. Okay. And then you will have stressed out, anxious, and lousy Wi-Fi connection not going to help. These are all the issues you have to deal with. Okay. So therefore, remote working completely going to reshape the way employees are communicating. But I think you all will survive. Yeah, this COVID is preparing you for that. You understand not? But you need to still mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually need to be fit. Okay. And on top of that, of course, you have to prepare to experience extensive information overload. Wow, I tell you, I work with Intel. I work with Motorola. I work with Western Digital, Silterra. All these are northern. Hey, Hewlett, the amount of meeting they have to attend every day. Overload. But you have to ready. You need to adapt. This is a new world, new trend. So how? You have to learn modern employee communication solution. That's all. There's no other way. So some of you won't even want to go and work. You will start your own business. And today is gig economy. So maybe you have Food Panda, you will have Grab, you will become insurance agent. You can do multiple things. And then you say, sir, how about my degree? Forget about your degree. That one is just a door opener. Some of you will be working in engineering company. Others of you start your own business. Okay. Let me give you just some pointers. Some pointers. 5 ways to improve your remote. Because remote also, you need to brand yourself, your presence. Be proactive in communicating with your team and boss. Yeah. Don't keep quiet. Just because they never had a meeting with you, no, you must make sure you are always in connection with them. But set expectation before you start working from home, so that there are, because the time frame, very funny, last time a 9 to 5, now no more, it's 24 hours. Maybe sometimes they will say, okay, 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the night. This all possibility, you understand or not? And then you have to learn to adapt to new communication tool lah. You have to learn to use the Zoom lah, WebEx lah, and then Microsoft Team, there will be 101 lah. Maybe you can develop your own one. That would be better. Okay. And then watch your video presence and tone of voice, how you appear. Yeah, see my background look very professional, right? But if you come here, you say, you must know how to set up all these lah, so that you look professional. Your voice, how you talk softly. Everybody go to Holland already. You understand or not? So you need to learn all this. And then of course, last, you keep the office culture alive even from home. Professional, dress professional, to sit to entertain your clients, your bosses, or whatever it is. Okay, that's all I can tell you for now lah. Okay, so final word, my dear friends. A genuine teacher does not seek to impress you with their greatness, but instead to impress upon you that you possess the skills to discover your own. That's what I hope to achieve lah. Okay, whatever I say is not to tell, Mr. Ravi, actually nothing lah. I'm past, game over already. You understand? But I want to impress upon you that you too possess the skill to discover. So don't be frightened so much. So what? Discover lah. Struggle, just go through it. Go through it. You will, because you are the future of our country. That's why I say you are the brink of miracle. Don't worry what people say. Don't worry about whether you got a job. No, don't worry. You go and create your own job. All these are possibilities. But now what do? You prepare the best. Finish your degree to the best possible CGPA. You understand or not? Tomorrow, nobody knows. Today is what in your hand. Okay, so that's what I hope that the message which I sent, quick summary, what I did in the last 1 hour plus is to share a little bit, shed some background about foundation is very important. And what happened, my dark side in the first job. And then obviously mindset change is very, very critical. Okay. And then you need to accept ambiguity and uncertainty. That is the order of the day. Okay. And finally, of course, the new normal, and get ready for that. Okay. So thank you, my friends. Now I open that time. This is my email. If you can write email, or you want to become my Facebook friend to check out on me. And I mean, to keep in touch with me lah, because you need all the help in the world. Okay. Some students always write to me and let me know what's happening. And so I really hope I can keep in touch with you. So now I would like to open the time for Q&A. Okay, this is how we will do, because there are so many people. So please write your questions in the chat. And so we have approximately about 24 minutes for Q&A. Okay. Yes. Please write your question. Anything you can ask. I mean, whatever you want to ask. Maybe you want to clarify some of the things I say. Okay, I thought was a room behind, so nice look. That's why lah, Wai Hong. You must do all this, Wai Hong. It's not a room, it's a green screen I have. Okay. Wow, the final word from the lecturer is so cool. Yala, Vivian. Really, I tell you frankly, it's nothing about me lah. I strongly believe you're all born for greatness. Really, really. My hope is to see you all to take over this country. I mean, various capacity as an engineer, architect, or accountant, creative, whatever it is, you all can do if you ready best lah. But when you face the problem, don't run away. Don't take your life, because taking away your life, commit suicide, which is happening a lot lah. Age 15 to 24 is highly depressed in our country at this moment, and most of you are in this category. Don't be a coward. So that you can live and go through this, so that you got story to tell the next generation. Okay, Basil say what? He's an entrepreneur, not a lecturer though. Who's this? I don't know what you mean by that. Okay, Lee Hong. Hi, sir. How to actually find a mentor? I always wanted to find one after understanding some part. Yeah, okay, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Actually, how to find a mentor is like this, Lee Guan Hong. First of all, you also must have a mentor criteria. Okay, a mentor means somebody who went through it before. Most important is you also see the quality. See, a lot of time, don't base on their car, their house, and whatever it is. But all these are superficial one, Because the one car is not theirs, it's from the bank's one. House also is from the bank. You understand? See the character, lah. So don't look at the poor guy or what. Look at the character. Look at his behavior. Look at his ethical thoughts and everything. Okay. Then after that, go and approach the person. There's plenty of them. Hey, in our country got 32 million people. Don't tell me you cannot find a mentor. So you go and ask. You go and ask the person lah. If you like the character, you like to see the, the person can somebody you can be a role model or whatever it is. Ask the person, hey, can you mentor me? So then after that, you have to schedule lah. Schedule. We call it as a monthly mentoring session. Sometimes can be online, can be face to face. Sometimes can go to the mama, just chit chat. Ask him to tell how did he do it. So mentor, what they do is normally they will share their life story. Like I did mentoring just now lah. That's why I share everything. I didn't do coaching. Coaching means asking question and torture you, and you come out the answer. Mentoring is tell what we went through, and from that we will have the learning point. Exactly that's mentoring. What I did this whole 2 hours. So you have to find people who you think you can model after. Then go and approach them. Okay, now 2 things will happen lah. One, they say no time for you. Then you know already that's not the person lah. Because mentoring is a gifting. Hey, we are not living in this world to carry this world back to our grave. No, we are putting it back for y'all. We are only jaga only for the time being. So we should mentor y'all. But you have to talk and of course make the arrangement. And then when you somebody agree to mentor you, make sure you keep the time lah. Sometimes people, people want us to become mentor, but they always cannot make the time. Cannot like that. So you also have to need to prepare yourself for that. Okay. So it can be a lecturer, can be anybody who you admire, but you have to open your mouth and go and ask them. Okay. I hope you can find your mentor lah. Okay, you. How do you think about people being an entrepreneur in a quite young age, like straight after graduating from high school? Okay, you. That's a very interesting question. Actually, nothing wrong. In fact, if you ask me, because I coach a lot of entrepreneurs. Yesterday also I was coaching about 3 of them from different industry, and they're all like 25, 26. So I say, wow, great, man. But for me, I did not dare to enter entrepreneurship at a young age because I do not have contacts, capital, all kind of things lah. So I decided, that means consciously I decided to work for people about 10 years plus like that, then accumulate the necessary exposure, then I jump into entrepreneurship. But if you've been exposed to entrepreneurship from young, then go lah. Nothing. Actually, I tell you frankly, entrepreneurship is all about expression of yourself. Entrepreneurship is expression of yourself. What do you want to achieve? Then go after it. But now you're thinking, like what I told yesterday to that one women entrepreneur, she is now 30 lah. So I told her, when you are an entrepreneur, you must burn your ships. Like Alexander the Great, when he conquered a country, the ships all he burned, because his idea is, soldiers, we are not going back unless we conquer this place. So you must think that way lah. Single-mindedness. So if you have the single-mindedness and ability to overcome all that relatives talking nonsense all, then go all out. Doesn't matter lah. Entrepreneurship is, if you are single-minded, go for it, because at the end of the day, it's all about you, your ideas and everything. So must not be scared. Anything, but if you really passionately believe in that particular field, just go out. So it doesn't matter. You don't need to get a degree to become an entrepreneur. What Konosuke Mashita, I got degree, standard 3 only. He just went with single-mindedness. That's all you need. But you must have an idea lah. That idea, very important. The idea must have, and the idea you must be passionate about it, and the idea must be marketable. That's all. Okay. Wenjin, the job you don't like. The job you don't like with really high salary, the job you like with respectively low salary, how sir will choose? So Wenjin, it's like this lah. The objective of a job is what? First of all, is to find out about yourself lah. You understand? Because you see, I don't know what faculty you are in. Assuming, like say lah, Wenjin, you are an engineer lah. Okay, say an engineer. So you get E&E. Then after that, you go and do the job. Okay, maybe it pay you a very good salary, but you don't like the job. Every day you're cursing and swearing. You understand? And then you prefer, you say, this engineering job doesn't allow me to communicate with people. I want to see people outside. Then, even though it's high paying, you're not happy, because ultimately the aim of the job is 2 things. One is you must be happy. Then when you're happy, you also can make people happy. But if you're struggling, then it comes out in the way you are operating. You understand? So, okay, the issue is you have to make a decision. Actually, you are going for jobs you want to satisfy, or you want to have life. There are a lot of people just do the job because they want the salary. Then they suffer. Then they come back, they complain. They complain about the boss, complain about the company. That's why I don't like it. Because why? How come you complain about a place where you are eating? People who give you food, you understand? So you just do the job. There's nothing perfect. Like somebody don't know. So the boss very hard on you. Because it's his job to be hard on you to get things done. That's why he's like the boss. You understand? So you don't like why you the first you join, then you say you high salary. Then you come for a choice you make. So you have to make the choice. Which one you want? You want high salary, but you don't like. Then don't do lah. You want high salary because your choice is high salary, so you don't like. Don't do. But don't complain lah. You understand? You cannot bake the cake and eat it. Okay. You. Okay. Which industry you prefer to be involved in if you are not an entrepreneur? Very good. You use question fantastic. Me, politics. You heard me right? Politics. Because I want to be in politics. When I was young, I used to follow the MIC. You know what MIC is? Malaysian Indian Congress. Okay. So then I was inspired by all that political talks and everything. Wow, can contribute to the nation development. So I went to University Malaya and I pursued political science in what do you call Faculty of Economics. I majored in public administration. So my dream was very simple only: finish the course and join the government and to become a civil servant, become pegawai tadbir dan diplomatic officer lah. Then become a political secretary to one of the ministers. Then after that I want to become somebody lah. That was where I wanted to be. But you see, that's why I say that's what I want to. But you see, again, the on-campus interview came, right? So my friend, her name is Kueh Lendi. She's from Jitsing High School in Bukit Mertajam. Very close friend of mine. Same faculty, but she's from business faculty. So she said, "Hey Ravi, let's go for the job interview." I said, "Okay lah." So I went. Mana saya tahu I was offered the job. So then I was thinking lah that time. I come from a poor family. I say, the bird in hand better than the two in the bushes. If you know what I'm talking about lah. What's in mind. So I say, okay lah, let's go to public bank. So then I look back now. I say, public bank, public services. Still public lah, not public services, but public bank. So if I'm not an entrepreneur, that's what I will be doing. And where you will see me, probably I'll be debating in the parliament yesterday. Okay, all right. Which industry? Okay, enjoy what you choose. Yes, Wenjen. I tell you frankly, ultimately, Wenjen, whatever you do in your life, it's a choice we make. Don't say no choice. If you are today a student of Utah, it's a choice you made. Don't say Utah no choice. Utah is the choice. That's why you are here. So make the best use of it. You have to learn to enjoy what you're doing so that because life is very short. A lot of people say life is very short. 70 years max. Male maybe 72, female 76. By the blink of an eye, you will reach 70 plus already. I'm 51. At one time at your stage. Now I blink an eye, already 51. Okay, You said, oh, didn't expect the answer though. Yalah, what to do? Utah, my choice. Hey, Lim Shin Lim, why are you laughing? Okay, never mind. Our choice. Yes. No, because I tell you frankly, I mean, I do not know. You see, if you know the history, then you'll understand about Utah. But I don't want to talk about it. It's marvelous university. I'll tell you. In a short space of time, how they have climbed up the ranking. Of course, I know the lecturers torture you, but they also been tortured. That's why the university can progress very fast. Specifically Utah is created, to help the Chinese community. I tell you frankly, you're not in the politics, you won't understand. One day you'll understand what the government actually done to help the Chinese. Yeah, what? If not, why 95%, 98% is Chinese there? You cannot answer. It's a political decision. You don't know only. So please don't stop complaining about the government. You understand? Work, help your community back, help other community. Utah is a progressive university. I tell you frankly. Okay. Wenjen. Hey, others don't ask question. Okay, still got time. Wenjen said, are there anything you regret until now? Regret? Very good question. I agree. Regret. Actually, I regret one thing. You know what I regret? Sports. See what happened when I was young. I didn't involve in sports when I was young because I was frightened. Half of the time from standard 1 until I was in Form 5, I was hiding in the class because lack of self-confidence. So every time opportunity to participate in sports, all I shy away because my problem is, I don't know whether you know lari bawa lilin. You know what's lari bawa lilin? There's a spoon they put a spoon, lari bawa kentang, lari bawa telur, that kind of thing they put. That one also I dropped because no confidence. So because of that, the coordination and everything is out, so I didn't involve in sports much. But then when I was in Form 6, I was selected as the Ketua Rumah Biru. So because responsibility given, guess what? Within 3 months, I became school champion and district champion. But too late already, development. 18, 19 years old to become a gold medalist are very difficult. So I went to university, I continued, but cannot reach the peak because too late already. I should start when I was 10 years old. You understand or not? So that regret I have. If not, I would be some runner for the country. Runner, I mean, in sports. And that's a regret I have. Okay. Okay. How do you handle stress normally? Very good question. 5 ways. 5 ways. It's called peace. This is for you lah. Stress is normal. Hey, if you don't have stress, means you are dead. So got stress is good. So 5 ways to handle stress. P is pray. Must pray lah. You must have connection to God or meditate. Okay. P. E, exercise. I walk every day 10,000 steps minimum. If you see me in Kampa, you can see me walking around lah. Every day religiously I do that. I used to play football, but now cannot play football because of COVID. Okay. P-E-A, appreciate music. I like to hear music, but mine is all Tamil music, MGR music lah. P-E-A. C, calm down. Okay, so whenever angry, you think I'm not angry. When I'm angry, I always have this stress ball with me, so I will squeeze these to calm myself down. Of course, another one is breathing exercise lah. Breathing exercise. And then E, enjoy small treat. Once in a while, I'll go and eat ice cream or dark chocolate. P-E-A-C-E. Pray, exercise, appreciate music, calm down, and enjoy small treat. Okay, that's how I handle stress. Because you are stressful, cannot do many things. Hey, hello, my friend. You know the amount of things I do in my life. You see, this is my schedule. Not to brag, to tell you that you can handle anything you want if you know how to manage stress. Okay. Apalagi. Okay, Basil. Sir, what are your thoughts on many talented Malaysian outflowing to other countries? Sad lah. And I too wanted to go. Actually, I went to Australia to study, right? That time in 2007, I think. So I saw the place. Oh, fantastic, man. So I wanted to cabut lah. I want to bring my family all there. But when I came back, my friend Yap Ming Singh, a close friend of mine, is a business friend. Then I told him, hey, Yap San, I'm thinking of migrating to Australia. What do you think? Now this is Chinese guy, right? So normally people think Chinese are not patriotic. You know what he said? Ravi, if everybody like you, what will happen to our country? Wow. When he say like that, I also like, like Tamil movie, dish, 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 how many times slap like that? So he say, no, Ravi, our ancestors came from China and India. We are here to help our next generation. So we cannot just chabut. You understand? Not? So it's very sad. I know a lot of you will say not fair, not fair. There's a lot of unfairness. Every race, every religion, every society. But what we do is we need to be diligent. We need to find a way. We can find a way. Like the Chinese community, Utah 40 years ago, established through Keta, then now Utah, they find a way. So there's definitely a way one. You understand? So if everybody run away, you think go to Australia, everything is fantastic. You go there. When I go, in the cab, I can see the fellow is a doctor from Middle East. Cannot find job, come here. Then you think he got a doctor job in Australia? No, he's a taxi driver. You understand not? So cannot outflow. So that's why I think the way our country need to move forward is young talent go into business. If you are frustrated with all the go into business then you can take care of your family. Actually, you just need to take care of 3 people only. That means 3 people the closest to you You understand? You, maybe you got brother and sisters, take care of them. And then, of course, teach them how to take care of their family. And then it's like network marketing. You understand? We can develop one, no problem. So don't run away from this country. Our choice. Okay, apalagi. Actually, when I look at the sites, I'm looking at the side screen. Sir, how you find your job in this reality? Online or ask your friend? Oh, okay. Vivian said, how you find your job in this reality? Online or ask your friend? Oh, very good question, Vivian. Now, actually, Vivian, I don't know what faculty you are in, but then easier I can explain to you. But actually, today, network is very important. Because why? Network means online network or face to face. I mean, people lah, friend network. So you must establish your network lah. So you must go and create your profile in social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is, to let people know what you have. You understand or not? Because today there are multiple channels. We call it as what you call omni-channel. There's not one way to find a job. So that's why from now, don't wait until you graduate to find a job. Now itself, you have to go to different platform, make yourself available. Sometimes they give online, sometimes free, or go and attend all these and make friends even online. And in fact, I'm running a program called online networking for American Express. I think end of the month or something like that. I mean, how to develop network in online. Plenty. So whether in the current reality, you have to expect you might not even see the people face to face. And you must also think, this is one, Vivian, for you and your friends. You must not think your job only in Malaysia. You must think the whole world is your opportunity. Because today, you can do business anywhere or work for anybody anywhere. You understand or not? But you need to put your presence there and go to different websites and find what are the things they are looking for and develop the capability now. Okay? Are there other plans in your life? Are there other plans in your life? Other plans? What plans you are talking about? My plans, is it? Of course, I have plans lah. Okay. Obviously, my plan now at this moment is to make sure that my children up and running. My eldest daughter is 24. She's studying for law. My second daughter is 23. She finished studying biomedicine. My third daughter is 18 years old, doing psychology, and my boy is 11 years old, still finding his footing lah. So my responsibility is, of course, to my own family lah. I must make sure that they're up and running, and that is my main aim. Because I got another 19 years only to live lah, my friend. Because I don't think I won't live long lah. 70 is max, okay. And in 19 years, I need to do something. So that's for the family bit lah, okay. Of course, my wife, she's a principal of international school. She's already 50, 51, 52 now. So of course, I need to also inspire her, because her job is not easy, because you have to deal with 600 students, 1,200 parents, 150 over staff. Oh, so much of headache. So I need to mentor her continuously. So that's the part. Of course, I need to take my parents. My father is 82 years old. My mother is 72 years old. So I need to also make sure of their well-being. My mother-in-law is 76. Also her well-being, I need to take care. I have a mate who is finishing with us for now 20 years. She's returning back. I also need to make sure that when she returns back to Indonesia, she's going to be an entrepreneur. I want to support her in that sense. Okay, so that's my son. Then I got my church community in Kampa. I'm an elder of a church. Also to take care of spiritual needs of people. Okay, these are my continuous plan lah. And then of course I got network of friends, business friends. I do my mentoring and coaching them. So my life is very packed one lah. But of course my other dream is the Aston Villa. Okay, I'm an Aston Villa supporter. So if you ask me what's my next plan, I'm dreaming, I hope before I die, I go to the Villa Park where my club is. I've been supporting them for 38 years. This year, they seems to do better. So I hope that I can go and visit Villa Park. And in the 20 years, I actually got a 20-year plan. In these 20 years, I want to see them to win the English Premier League, the Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup. Okay, those who in football, you understand what I'm talking about. I also want to go to Kerala, where my ancestors are from, to go to the village where I was, my grandfather is from. So a lot of this stuff lah, you understand not? Of course, Kampa. So I'm also involved in the community development in Kampa. Actually, my dream is to make sure the moment you enter Kampa, you must not leave. That's my dream. That means the moment you enter Kampa, you must make this place for you to live. That is our community direction. So we are doing all the things to make this township attractive for youngsters, especially students of Utah. You come from different place. After that, you don't want to leave this place. So we have a responsibility to develop Kampa to the next level, and that's why the hospital project all very important lah. Okay. Lagi 2 minit. 2 minit lah. You shit. Okay. Any other plan? Improve communication. Okay. How to improve communication skill? Very good question. Continuous improvement is by reading writing, observing, and listening. Okay, continuously you must do that lah, Amelia. Okay, any advice for university students to prepare well before graduate in a new norma? Hey, you Shen Wong, what question you're asking? That's what I'm talking about for the last 2 hours, right? Okay, Jisan, okay. When I want to start my entrepreneurship business, how can start? Most people will say work first lah to get more experience. Actually, that's a very good suggestion. At least work lah for 3 years, because you need chen, unless your father can give you money lah. You understand or not? And then you need contacts, you need all these. So go and work for people so that you disaster, so it's not your money lost, correct or not? But your own business, you disaster, got problem. That's why they ask you to work first lah. Okay, what are your opinions on career change? The career is not really related to the things you study. So you have studied another degree, blah, blah, blah. Is it worth to effort to have the career you generally enjoy? Actually, this one is a age-old discussion lah. You understand not? So like myself, I studied, I want to be in politics, but what am I doing now? Correct or not? So some people say, oh, you never achieved. No, I'm influencing you. What? For the last 2 hours, I've been indoctrinating my thoughts and idea to you. So it depends on how you make the adjustment lah. You understand not? Okay, pray, exercise, pray, calm down, peace. Okay, very good. You what can you do? What is this? Okay, few more lah. Few more, then we are done already. Nicholas said, what can I do if I don't have my life goals now and not sure what goals to set? Nicholas, then you have to have a coach lah. You have to have coach. Contact me lah, then I can guide you. No need to pay one. Just contact me. You got my email right just now. Then I ask you question to help you to set your goal. Hey, setting goals very important. If not, life fly past you. Okay, Venjit, if you are not an expert leader, but you try the best to do it and appreciate the challenges, will it be suitable or not? If you're not expert, actually, I got expert leader one. You think what do you call this? Trump is an expert leader, but yet he lead America for the last 4 years. All these most important is you have intention to help people or not. That's what you need to become a leader. Okay. How you manage your money? Is it to do? Okay, Wang Xuanwei, the formula to manage money is 60-30-10. 60% you spend. Like say for instance, you earn $1,000. 60% you go and spend lah. 30% you must invest. 10% charity. Okay, that's the formula. Okay, Natalie, last question. In response to the overflow and brain drain, I have been to overseas and back. And although initially I felt stagnant here, I've grown to love my fellow countrymen and my home country more over these few years. We do have it good here. Racism everywhere is far worse, and I can make Malaysia a better place bit by bit, generally. I tell you now, it's a politician talk. But it's fact, I tell you frankly. If everybody run away, cannot. This is our country. Make it a better place, and all of us can. We combine effort, sure can one, help each other. Well said, Natalie, Wee Sien Tan. Okay, well done. Okay, all right, guys. Thank you very much for the time you have given me. And I tell you frankly, every time talking to you all make me happy. Can live another 1 more year, more stronger with the eagerness to help others. And so I hope that you had good time of sharing. And I will send my notes to Utah, the SSC, and I hope they will share with you guys. Okay. So thank you very much for your wonderful participation, and may God bless you. Thank you. Kenneth.